when we're taking and doing radicals, you're going to want to break down what's inside. So this first one, we've got a 9 and a 2, we've got a 3 and a 3. You're looking for pairs. Pair up the 3. All of your pairs come outside. So I've got a pair of 3s. That means 1 3 will come outside, and my 2 that did not pair up, it will stay inside. For 75, I've got 25 times 3. 25 breaks down. 5s come out. The 3 that did not pair up will stay inside. 27, this is 9 times 3. Give me a pair of 3s. This 3 that did not pair up will stay inside. 28, you've got 4 times 7. You've got 2 times 2. Pair of 2s, 7 stays outside. The 12, you've got a 4 and a 3. 2 and a 2. 2 comes outside. You've already got a 9 outside. Now this one's what's important. That 9 comes outside. The 2 also comes outside. They're going to combine up. My 3 did not pair. Ready to go. Ready to go. Now, 6, you've got an X outside. Don't let that deter you. Now I'm going to show you something special on 6. This is 64 times 2. Most of you won't know what goes into 128, so you'll divide it by 2 to give you a smaller number to work with. When you see 64, 8 times 8 is 64. You can break this down further, but if we get that big pair early, 8 times 8, I can grab that pair and make my life just a whole bunch easier. So I've got that 2 did not pair up. My 8s did pair up, so they're going to come out. My X was already out there, and I'm done. If you break this 8 down further, you get a huge factor tree, and you can do the problem, but it's just a whole bunch longer. So if you can take that easy step, do it, get that big pair early. 32 is 16 times 2. Again, why did I do that 16? So I could get my pair of 4s to come out. I've got 3 X's. That gives me 1 pair of X's and 1 left over. So the 5 was already on the outside. The 4s got paired up, so they're coming out. I've got a pair of X's, and then I've got this 2 and this X that did not pair up. They're going to stay on the inside. Don't leave this here. We want to reduce as much as we can, so 4 times 5 is 20, and I've got that 2X that stays on the inside. This one, I'm going to have a pair of 5s. I'm going to have a pair of X's. Nothing is left on the inside, so I won't have a radical anymore. The 4 was already on the outside. My 5s are coming outside, and then I've got this pair of X's that's also coming outside. Again, nothing is left on the inside, so I'm done. All right. Moving right along. What I would do on these types of problems is I would combine them first. So I have 9 times 2, which is 18. I have 14 times 6, which is 84. So the outsides multiply, the insides multiply, and then you attack it just like you did the previous problems. 84 is 4 times 21. I've got a pair of 2s. And then the 7 and the 3 are going to remain inside. So I've got an 18 on the outside, a 2 on the outside, a 7 on the inside, and a 3 on the inside. This is going to be 36 square roots of 21, and that's it. So I would recommend combining them first and then reducing. On number 10, same thing, 3 times x, 5 times 8. So 3 times x on the outside, 5 times 8 on the inside. This is 4 times 10, 2 and 2. 2 and 5, no more pairs. I've got a 3 on the outside, a 2 that's coming out, an X that's already there. On the inside, this 2 and this 5 did not pair up, and then I reduce. 3 times 2 is 6. My X is still outside. 2 times 5 is 10. Ready to go. Next one, I've got a 4 times Y on the outside. I've got a 6 times 2 on the inside. My 12 can break down. 4 times 3, give me a pair of 2s. 4 is already on the outside. 2 is coming outside from the pair. The Y is already on the outside, so we're going to leave it there. And on the inside, I've got this 3 that's still hanging out by itself. That gives me 8Y, square roots of 3. My next one, I've got 8 times 6, 48. I've got 15 times 6, so 90. And on the inside, I've also got X times X2, so X3. I'm going to get 9 times 10. That'll give me a pair of 3s. The 5 and the 2 will stay. There are no pairs. So I'll have 3 times 48, 146, or 144 rather. I've got 3 X's. That gives me 1 pair, 1 extra. So the pair comes out, the extra stays in. And my 5 and my 2 stay in to give me a 10. On number 13, I've got 2 times 6, which is 12. I've got 5 times 35, which is, what's that going to be? 150 plus 25, so 175. And at this point, I'm going to break this down. This is going to be 25 times 7, 5 times 5, pair of 5s, that's going to come out. 5 times 12 is 60, 7 stays inside, all done. Next one, 5 times 7 on the outside, so 35 on the outside, 6 times 12 on the inside, 72 on the inside. That x and the y, they're going to stay together. No exponents are going to change. This is 36 times 2. 6 times 6. Again, get that pair of 6s early. Don't keep breaking it down if you get that pair of 6s. And then bring them on out. So that's going to be 210 on the outside. And I've got my 2 left over. I've got my x left over. And I've got my y left over. Bottom 2 problems. Now, you've got all of these with the plus minuses. What you're going to do is break them down first and then push them all together. So this is 9 times 6. That'll give you a pair of 3s. The 6 breaks down, but no more pairs, so I have 3 square roots of 6. This one, 9 times 2, 3 and 3. 3's coming out. Already got a 2 there, so that'll give me a 6 square roots of 2. And then minus square root of 2. No more square roots of 6's, so that's 3 square roots of 6 is going to stay. I am negative 6 square roots of 2. I'm going to take one more away. Negative 7 square roots of 2. For number 16, I've got 3 square roots of 5. I'm going to take away 2 square roots of 50. That's going to give me 5 times 10, 5 times 2, pair of 5s. 5 is going to come out. That'll give me 10 square roots of 2. I've already got this 3 square roots of 5. This one, 9 times 2, so 3 and 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Remember, there's a 2 already on the outside. Multiply that pair of 3 that we're pulling out. And I've got this 2 that's staying inside. So 3 square roots of 5. There are no other square roots of 5 here. So I'm going to keep it. I owe 10 and then I owe 6 more. So I owe 16 square roots of 2. All done there. Next page. Got some more practice on this. Number 17. This is 36 times 2. That'll give me a pair of 6s. I've already got a 2 on the outside. 2 times 6 will be 12. What do I have left? I have this 2 left. Square root of 96. This is 49 times 2. That'll give me a pair of 7s. 7s come out. 2 stays on the inside. And then, of course, I've got this 5 square roots of 6 hanging out. I've got 12 square roots of 2. I'm going to take 7 of those away. That gives me 5 square roots of 2. The 5 square roots of 6 does not match, so we're going to leave it alone. Looking at number 18, I'm going to pull a set of 3s out from my 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Square root and this 3 still stays. I'm going to have 9 times 5, 3 times 3. 3 is going to come out. I already got a 5, so 15. This 5 stays in. 4 times 3, 2 and 2. 2 comes out. 3 stays in. Then I look for ones that match. I've got 9 square roots of 3, 2 more. So 11 square roots of 3. And then I've got 15 square roots of 5 hanging out by itself. We've got number 19. I'll do 2 more. 16 times 2 is 32. That'll give me a pair of 4s. I've already got a 6 on the outside, so 24. My 2 stays. This will be 4 times 5. 4 break down into 2 2s. 2s come out. I've already got a 4, so 8. And then I've got a pair of 5s on the inside. This is going to be 16 times 5. Again, that 16 gives me a pair of 4s. I've already got a 3 on the outside, so that's going to be 12 square roots of 5. 24 square roots of 2 is going to stay. And then I have 8 plus 12, 20 square roots of 5. How much time? You have plenty of time. Give me a pair of 3s. 3s are going to come out. The 2 square roots of 5 is going to stay. There's nothing to change. I've got 3 square roots of 2. This is going to be 25 times 5. Get myself a pair of 5s. There's already a 7 on the outside, so I'll have 7 times 5, 35. This 5 is going to stay, no pairs. So I've got 2 square roots of 5 minus 35. That'll give me negative 33 square roots of 5. And of course, my negative 3 square roots of 2 is going to stay. There's nothing to change. I'll cut it here.